You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back in Duel Links and I'm gonna be showing you my Triamids deck with which I reached King of Games last season. The best deck to come out of the latest mini box. I believe it is meta, it's totally meta, it will make the tier list really soon. You can join my Discord, the link will be in the description for consistently updated tier lists. So let me first go through the deck and then I will explain what makes it meta in my opinion. So I'm playing 3 Triamid Master, 3 Triamid Hunter, 1 Dancer, 3 Cruiser, 3 King Golem, an amazing card by the way, 3 Fortress, 1 Treacherous Trap Hole and 3 Triamid Pearls. So first of all, let's go over the monster lineup. You do not need to run a lot of monsters in this deck. That's why you can play it with balance as well, and I think that version, the balanced one, might be better than the tight advanced one. So the monsters all have the same secondary effect, which is that once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can target one field spell card on your field zone, send it to the graveyard and then replace it with another one from your deck, which is amazing. It is so flexible and can help you in different situations and different ways as well. So it is a pretty strategic deck, I would say, and super fun as well. Now, Master, I would say, is kind of the best one because it is first of all super rare, so it is the hardest one to acquire, but at the same time it is a strong 4-star monster and allows you to destroy face down cards. Not trap and spell cards alone, but monsters as well. So if a sub-terror player tilts you with a face down monster, now you can destroy that monster. Then we are having Triamid Hunter, and this one pretty much works as a double summon. If you summon him and you also have a field spell on your field, then you can normal summon another Triamid monster from your hand, which is really great because it allows for quick swarming. Then we are having Dancer. This is more of a tech monster, I would say, because it allows us to get some attack boosts, and that can be really helpful when we are dealing with high attack monsters. Now let's proceed to the field spells. They are super important and they are kind of structured like the monsters, meaning they have first main effect and a secondary effect when they leave the field and go to the graveyard. So Cruiser is kind of our searcher. When it leaves the field, it lets us search a monster from our deck and get it to our hand, of course. And the first effect, it's kind of a double effect. You can get 500 life points each time you summon a monster, and you can also get a card from your deck, but then you need to discard a card. So draw a card, discard a card. Really important card as well, because if you don't have a monster in your opening hand, you're gonna need to send this one to the graveyard. Then we have King Golem, and King Golem, the first effect allows us to not only get a 500 attack boost, but also when our Triamid monster is attacking, our opponent cannot activate card effects. No traps, no spells, no Kuribo from a hand, no flip effects, nothing. So pretty much our monster is becoming Armades. All of our monsters on the field actually. And the secondary effect, when it goes to the graveyard, you can special summon a monster from your hand. So we can all understand this is probably one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best one. Then we have Fortress. And Fortress, considering what the other two field spells do, is kind of worse, but still has its uses. First of all, we are getting 500 defense when it's on the field for our Triamid monsters, and also is kind of an anti-treacherous trap hole card because our monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then when it goes to the graveyard, we can recycle and get a monster from our graveyard to our hand, which is also great in my opinion because we're not playing a lot of monsters, so sometimes you might be in trouble and need to get something from your graveyard. Now let's move on to the traps. Not a lot to say here for Treacherous Trap Hole, one of the best cards in the game, if not the best staple in the game. It helps you in so many situations so that you need to deal with a lot of monsters, you need to deal with blue eyes, maybe even red eyes. So that is a core card in this deck, in my opinion. It helps tremendously. The last card of the deck. I think Triamid Pearls is really flexible, and that is the good part about this. You are playing a lot of field spell cards and you are playing a lot of rock type monsters. Actually, all your monsters are rock type monsters. So if you banish 2 of them in any combination you want, you can do any of these 3 effects right here. The first 2 are the best ones and the ones you're gonna be using a lot. So as you can understand from all the things I just explained, this deck is a strategic deck and also has a lot of tools. So let's go to the replays and see some duels and examples of them in action. So first duel here against Seto Kaiba. The dragon decks are a pretty bad matchup for this deck, so we're hoping it's not red eyes or blue eyes, but it will be. Here as you can see, I can do some shenanigans and I'm summoning Dancer just to get that trap back in the deck, and then I can set Treacherous and use it next turn. I did not have my main super rare monster available to me. I decide to attack without King Golem, he has Wall of D. I have to pay the price, and now he has a Red Eye / Dragon on the field. Such a tough monster to deal with sometimes. So here I can't deal with it obviously because I have Treacherous face down. I'm gonna use my Dancer's effect to get King Golem on the field, then Cruiser's effect to draw another monster. I will get one more monster on the field because I want to go for game next turn. And I can do that because King Golem allows me to be unaffected by effects when I attack, but unfortunately he has Last Dragon. So I attack the monsters, I'm using my Triamid spells, I kill the dragon and then he has another spirit. So we're in a pretty hard situation right now, but another reason I love this deck is because it can come back from tough situations. Like this one, yes, I had a great hand for a comeback as well, but I managed to do it. Triamid spells literally saved me this duel. So do not be afraid to get resources in the graveyard for you to use your Triamid spells. Next duel, another beatdown user, Jack Atlas this time. This is a great hand, but he has a pretty okay opening with Neos Fusion because once again, pretty strong monster and I cannot kill it because Neos Fusion protects it from the graveyard, but I have my double summon, I can do my life point gaining, I can set a trap. So most of the time when I do not have a trap in hand, I decide to use the draw one, discard one effect just because I want to be safe. And here he has another Neos Fusion, which means I need to get rid of them. I need to get him to banish them so I can kill his fusion monsters. Now I'm in another tough situation here. I only have Dancer. I probably kind of misplayed here by sending this one back to the deck, but still I'm gonna come through and deal with Neos Fusion in the graveyard. So both of them are banished now. Still though, I cannot kill his fusion monsters. I'm still gonna do my shenanigans, I'm gonna fuel my graveyard and I'm gonna start killing them with Triamid spells. Obviously, always use your effects and fuel your graveyard because in these situations, that is the main thing you need to do in order to use your Triamid spells. And here, as you can see, I have game, absolutely nothing he can do, even Kuribo cannot stop me. Here I am against Loomis and Umbra, and I was thinking that they were gonna be playing, obviously, Sub-Terrors, but actually it was not Sub-Terrors. A lot of Red Eyes decks nowadays run Light and Dark skill, and I have a pretty okay opening hand because I have 2 monsters, a set spells, and I can also get 2 field spells in the graveyard and use my trap. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not gonna let him breathe. As soon as he summons Slash Dragon, I'm gonna start doing plays. Because you cannot let them overextend a lot, because then it's gonna be really tough for you to come back, especially if they get an equip to the Red Eye Slash Dragon. So I'm attacking and I have immediate game next turn. That's why I decided to immediately destroy his Red Eye Slash Dragon as well, before he could become a problem. Last duel of the day and my King of Games rank up against another, would you guess it, Seto Kaiba. So he's setting a monster, and I have an okay hand here. I can do some shenanigans, I can even double summon, which is great. But at the same time, I am really skeptical. So Seto Kaiba's or any beatdown using character, just setting a monster, I'm not attacking into that, because that might be the White Stone of Legend and he might be playing Blue Eyes. So I'm being really patient here. I'm doing all my plays and I want my King Golem on the field because I don't want any effects to be activated. But at the same time, I have Treacherous, and now I can fully go for game. I'm destroying both of his monsters, and yes, it was the White Stone of Legend along with his Knight. But still, it doesn't matter because he's not gonna live through another turn to summon Blue Eyes monsters, and I get the win, and the King of Games title is mine for this season. These are the replays I had for you today. I got King of Games in June, now it's time for July. This deck is really fun to play, and I like the fact that you can do so many different stuff. This is a pretty standard build, you can do other builds as well, and I'm gonna show them in next videos. Thank you so much for watching, do not forget to join my Discord, the tier list is probably updated by now, it is ready for you to pick your deck for July. Now, I also have to say subscribe for more content like this and like the video if you enjoyed. Again, thank you for watching, see you in the next one.